Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media coming from all the way Kisumu County, and I'm joined right with my good friend, a professional. I will give him an opportunity to introduce himself to our viewers and share more about himself to us. Thank you so much.
My name is Akatch. I'm a teacher by profession, and I feel good talking my views through this media.
So to begin with, just share with us the state of education of our country right now.
Surely, I have to say something about education. From the time of independence, education was good, and then it has been having a lot of experiment. We had CE, we had KCP, and it has been a lot. There have been a lot of experiment in terms of education. As at now, things have changed, although the government has introduced another good side, that is CBC. CBC is based on talent. What it is the best globally. So far, before CBC, education management has been full of fraudulent. It has been so bad. Why should education be fraudulent? Education is for action, but when people get fake certificates, this nation will never have good research. Researchers will never be there because research means development. What it is, with fake education, we are going to have fake doctors, fake engineers, and it has been realized that even Kenyatta University, Kenyatta Hospital, all those people who have graduated have fake certificates. Where are we heading? This nation is sinking. When you are an engineer in Kenya, this government must realize that if that one is not checked, that this nation is going to sink.
Let me ask you something, Mwalimu. You've talked of fake certificate, but when you look at our leaders, majority of our leaders, they have questionable certificates, and this has been seen in the medias, and they've put to task to even to show or to affirm to us where did they do their thesis is not there. So who should we blame? Should we blame our institution or should we blame the leadership because they entertain such like somebody does not have a good certificate, question, but they still give them an opportunity to lead?
What it is, we should blame the government.
Yeah.
This government has been rotten through. Why should you select a minister who does not know the role of education? Why should somebody have a wrong thesis is given even up to the university? Somebody who has done O level, it goes with fake certificate up to the university, and then you send him to labor market with that fake certificate. Where are we heading to?
Especially the CSS that have been given the mandate to head like education sector. We start with Matiang'i, then come to the late Professor Magoha, and now we have the CS Machogu. On your own observation as a teacher, what can you say from Matiang'i to the late Magoha, then to the Machogu?
We started well with Matiang'i. Matiang'i was more qualified. After Matiang'i, we had Professor Magoha, was more qualified. But this Machogu has no qualification at all in the path of education because he's messing up. I do not know why he was chosen to be the Minister of Education. Things are so bad. What it is, I should base it on corruption. You know, you should not be friendly to everybody where you simply choose and give a job to any person who is not qualified. Machogi is never qualified in the path of education. We have seen it. We have seen messing up. And even now, the calamity, the disaster, I don't know what is going to happen, because it's never tactical. He has no ideas. It's never idealistic in terms of education. If I were the president, this man should be removed immediately, because this country is going to sink in terms of education. Without education, the country is going to fail.
Based in the fact that in the same parliament, there are members of parliament in there who have questionable certificate in terms of education. And they're the same people who are passing the legislation. Do you think as a country, in terms of educational sector, we're moving forward if those who should legislate the issues that affect the education sector, some of them are the victims of fake certificate?
To me, this government is in the, we are moving to the, this government is going to sink, because in terms of selection, all those people who have been selected, who have been given position as ministers, they're all fake. They don't have qualification. What it is, if you have given somebody a job and he has no qualification, that path is going to fail. Like a case where Minister of Public Service, not public service, this lady from Mombasa,
Aisha
Juma. She has no qualification. When you choose somebody who has no qualification in the path of profession, you are killing the nation. Because, like a case of medication, the Minister of Health, you know, medication, like if you become a doctor, you cannot become a doctor when you don't love humanity. You have to have passion. You can never become a teacher when you don't have love for humanity. You must have a passion. But where you simply choose your cronies because you are doing something good with them, you decide to give them jobs, this country is going to sink. We are on the political cliff. A nation is going to sink.
When you look at the education sector and you look at the teachers, from the time we got our independence, on how the teachers were treated and how it has evolved until where we are today, do you think the teachers have been given the best treatment so far, or they've been treated as second class, kind of like citizen? Because you see, they've been demanding good pays, they've been having all this CBC with the government. So how has the treatment of the teachers been, especially teachers as a profession, or teachers as professionals themselves? How they've been treated?
When you don't love humanity, you will never be a teacher. But what has happened, teachers has been mistreated. You know, they don't have pay. They don't have good pay. They are not given good atmosphere to work. You know, I've told you, teaching is a call. But this government, it has given teachers a routine. That is why education process is going rotten. This time, teaching profession is being bought. Why should we buy when somebody wants to be a teacher? he pays 250,000. Where on earth? When you have person, when you have a call, when you love humanity and you want to pay, like military, police, why should this government allow everybody to pay to get police position, military position, teaching profession? This is a call. Even medical is being bought. Why should this position be being bought?
So let me ask you about buying of the position or corruption as a whole. When you look at the corruption in this country, and as much as we might say that the government might be part of and the parcel of the corruption, but what do you say about the citizenry?
What do you do, my friend? What do you do when, you know, presidency is a national seat?
It's a national seat, yes.
President is an executive president of all nation.
Yes.
Of a nation. If he allows corruption. And the military, those people who are the TSC, those people who are on the medical part, they demand something good. The management, the political management should stop something like corruption, because if somebody wants military, it should be given freely, because he goes because he wishes, he has a passion for it.
They want to serve their country.
Because of corruption.
Yeah. So when you look at the history of corruption, did the corruption start with the administration of President William Ruto, or this is something that started since time immemorial when we got our independence?
Let me tell you, corruption started from the dawn of history of mankind.
Yeah.
But it must be lessened. Even the first regime of Senior Kenyatta, there was corruption.
Yes.
There was corruption during Moi's time. There was corruption in Kibaki's time. Even we cannot even blame Ruto. But what is it? You know, people must change, because when you find something bad, you have to change it.
Yes.
Why should Ruto allow corruption to destroy Kenya? He has the capacity. Corruption kills. If, like now, my child as a person in military, because I don't have money to pay 500,000, he should instill discipline. He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Why should he allow corruption? And he's the head of this nation. Corruption may be lessened when the executive president does not think positively about corruption. If he thinks negatively, then corruption will go down.
Yeah, I agree with you. But let's take, for example, that I have a child who wants to go for any position in government. Then when we go there, somebody tries to ask for small money to facilitate. That is corruption. And we have these government agencies, especially like the ones that are anti-corruption. Who is the responsibility to report such like cases? Who should report for such cases? Is it you, or we should wait for president to say, okay, there's no corruption?
Where should you report?
Anti-corruption, we have anti-corruption here in Kisumu.
We have anti-corruption, but the officials
there too are corrupt.
They are too corrupt. The ordinary citizens are suffering. When you report corruptible path,
you become the target.
You become the target.
Oh, okay.
You can be a mortuary case if you report corruption element. What it is, Kenyans should change, and it should start from the president. He should think negatively about corruption. Why should military position being bought? Why should teaching being bought? Why should medical path being bought? What is it? When you have a person, if even military, if you don't have a person for it, and you are forced to do it, when there could be a problem, you cannot save this nation, because you bought the position.
Okay. Let me come to politics of a Nagi nation, because we are in the heart of Kisumu. You are aware very well that kingship is a cultural, and it's something that we are proud of. It's only Luo that has like somebody we call Kerr. There's no any other tribe.
Yeah.
And that is make us so special in a way. But in the recent past, we've had these wrangles of Kerrship, whereby two people, you know, both of them were coronated at different occasions. As somebody who is a resident of Kisumu and somebody who is an Onagi, what is your take? What do you say about that?
In 2013, they wanted to divide Luos. By that time, the older Otondi,
Yes.
yeah, was in power, was the king.
Yeah.
But because these people wanted to divide Luo, they introduced Nyandiko,
Ongadi.
and then he was given money to divide Luos. It happened. He became, and he was given certificate, although because of their ignorance, they never knew that the original certificate was in place in the hands of Otondi. This has happened. You know, the cultural values of Luos must be maintained.
True.
And I'm telling you, whatever they try, they will never divide Luos, because even in Akatch people, they are in Rapogi. The Sakwa people are in South Nyanza. Both of them, they will never be divided. They will never be separated. What it is, those people who are trying to divide Luos, they cannot. What I know, when we went for election, Odongeranda was elected. But this person who was imposed in 2013 was supposed to have divided Luos, where South Nyanza and Central Nyanza. That will never happen. And they are trying, it will never happen, because Luos are compactly united. And let me tell you, any tribe must have their leadership. People are blaming Raila. Raila is a patron of Luos. And what it is, people are saying that is ever imposing care.
Where I think people are raising issue, when you look at the history of Kel, there are two issues that sometimes comes out. One, the Luo Union was supposed to unite all the Luo nations, not only in Kenya, but in Uganda, Tanzania, anybody like you're a Luo. And one of the questions that majority of people ask is that why is that always that the care always comes from Kenya? That is one. When it comes to the issue of patron, they feel, this is what, when we walk around and ask people, they feel that the position of a patron should not be there in the Luo Council of Elders. That is, the patron position is being held by Baba, you know. So they feel that. So they feel that that should not be there. So do you feel it is okay to have that patron? And again, do you feel like all the careship of Luo should only be in Kenya because all the cares that we have always come from Kenya, not Uganda, not even Tanzania?
What happened when Moi was in power, the Luo Union was very active.
Yeah,
but because Moi wanted to disband tribal union, he made away with Luo Union. And then because Baba thought it wise, and the movement of care started in 2006.
Yeah.
Kership was started again with the help of Baba.
Okay.
You know, patronage everywhere in the whole world, whatever happens, any tribe must have a patronage. Although people are saying, because Raila is a political character, what is it if he gives people direction? Those people would not wish to have Raila there. Those are enemies of Luos. The Luo are so vulnerable. Our culture will melt away. We shall be like Goans. Because Luos are so vulnerable, they they adopt Western culture so much. And even now, if Raila goes, our children will never be, you cannot tell, you cannot do this one. They only fear Raila.
So why is it that, because we know, we accept this, that we have Baba as our spokesperson, especially in the Nagi nation.
Yes.
That is something that is, we cannot take away from him. He has played a major role, especially when it comes to the Luo politics. Majority of the politicians that we see right now in the elective seats, and maybe those who are not elected, they've always come through Raila Amolo Odinga. Let's give credit there. Even we have those who have now have divergence view, not to him, you know. There's a way in which they view him, yeah. But one thing that we have to give credit to Baba is that all the politicians from Luo have always passed through his hands. He has mentored all of them. And you spoke of something like, if Baba goes today, we will be vulnerable. Why is that one so? Does it mean that we do not have somebody who can deputize Baba?
Let me tell you, you might not have the concept, but I have the concept.
Yeah, tell us the concept.
Raila Amolo Odinga is a spiritual being. And then that leadership in him, until he goes down, if he goes down, the concept is, if he goes down, that spiritual being will go into the lake and then will land on somebody. He will never model anybody.
Okay.
If Raila dies today, that spirit will go, it will move to somebody. He will never model anybody. And now, even Nyongo, Orengo, Kidero, he will never model them. If he dies today, the spirit will go to somebody. That is our concept. He is never going to model anybody. But those people who think that Raila will model anybody, he will never model anybody. What it is, this thing, after Raila goes, because it's not a solid stone, will go. But that spirit will move to anybody. That is the concept.
So that's the, according to our culture, that let's say, like, if we have somebody in the stature of Raila, in traditional way, I'm not talking about national politics, I'm just talking of Onagi.
Yes.
That the way he's like a torchbearer in Onagi.
Yes.
Let's say if he goes, he's not going to mentor anybody, but immediately he goes, the spirit will go to the lake.
And then goes to somebody.
Then it will
land on somebody.
So how will we know, as the Onagi, like now, this is the person that spirit has chosen?
What it is, you know, when these people are talking about politics, there would be spiritual movement. People will see, this is the man. Raila was not chosen, but the spirit went on him. If he goes today, this thing will move to somebody. People will just see, in a natural sense.
So, and people will just start to follow that person and heed to his commands. Okay, that's good. And when you look at the Onagi nation, we don't know, but we know that Baba has his candidature to the AU chairmanship commission, and people are very worried, like as a community, if Baba goes, who are we left with?
Let me tell you, even me, I'm worried. What it is, Raila Amolo Odinga is a continental character. But even now, if Raila dies today, this our friend Ruto will be like Museveni, because nobody is going to tell him off. What is going to happen? Although we have been very unfortunate, presidency, Raila has not gotten, but Raila will ever remain a kingmaker. Let me tell you, he is ever going to remain a kingmaker. What we are thinking, the global community should remove their hands in the management of politics of Kenya. What it is, Obama, who is our son, managed America with purity. But the global community, particularly white people, do not wish to have those people who have purity. You know, human race are the same.
Yes.
What it is, if they think that they are wishing to have natural resources from Africa. We are also human beings. We are human race. We should be given chance to choose our leader. They should not impose a character on Kenyans.
On Kenyans. So when you look at, because like I know you've lived long enough in the Kenya history, from ever since we got our independence as a country to today, where we are sitting down here, do you feel like we are independent really, or we are still not?
Naturally, we got independence. We got independence from the white people.
True.
But new colonialism came out. People decided to become tribalistic. It is very unfortunate that after 60 years, we have only two tribes, Kiuk and Kalenjin. What is it? We have about 47 tribes.
Yeah.
Like now, you cannot employ somebody like Omondi.
Omondi, yes.
That is a very sad tag.
But you know, when you look at now, we come to what we call democracy, and you look at the Kenya we have today, we have what we call constitutional democracy. We feel like everything is done through the constitution, like this is a constitution. And you find when we go for election, for example, and maybe we got the interference from foreigners, especially in our election, where we feel that it was supposed to be this, because we do our election, we get a result where we feel it's disputed, but the foreign observers will say this election was free and fair and it was a democratic election. Do you agree with that?
I do not agree with that. What happens, you see what is happening in Senegal,
yeah,
in the western countries, in the west part of Africa. People have started revolting. Why should the white people prevail upon our election and impose somebody on us? There's going to be a very serious revolution. What is going to happen? Even those people who are going to be imposed by white people, I'm telling you, it is a matter of time. Black people are going to revolt.
So from your own experience, let's just come to the 2022 general election. You believe there was interference?
Yes. What it is, me, I invested emotionally on 2022 election because Raila had the right chance, because of Uhuru support. After a lot of painful campaign, all of a sudden, this thing was changed. And if you could see the campaign trend, there was no way Ruto could win. And then all of a sudden, what I saw before election, the American ambassador came to Kisumu to see Professor Nyong'o. And he was just lying that there are some very sad people here who are going to cause chaos. That one saw that this election was going to be manipulated by Americans. Let me tell you, to me, I'm an ordinary person. You know, knowledge has no boundary.
Yes.
As I told you, education is a big global social leveler. I'm saying the Americans should refrain because they have imposed somebody who has created a problem to Kenya. You know, like now, let me tell you, if I do not know you, the government of this regime, Ruto is another COVID. To the ordinary people.
Why do you say it is another?
It's another COVID.
He's a president.
It's president, but it's another COVID. Those things which was happening during COVID period, people are suffering the same thing like now. It's another COVID. Humanity as a problem because of Ruto. He is very corrupt. He's so discriminative. He's a tribalist. Yes.
So that's why you feel it's a COVID.
It's another COVID.
So let's come to affordable housing. That I know you know Makasembo.
I know.
I was there the other day and I saw one bedroom was going for something like 1.95, almost 2 million. And it is affordable housing. Do you think like ordinary person can buy those?
That one I have to criticize the county government
Of Kisumu?
of Kisumu. Where should an ordinary man like me get 1.7 million shillings? This thing goes to another. Those people are rich. I think Nyong'o and his henchmen should re-examine themselves. Why should they favor rich people again? Because when you see those houses, all those people who are rich are the one getting them. It is wrong on my side. Even now, the housing project of Ruto, it will never reach ordinary people. All people who are poor will ever continue to suffer. Therefore, people should think of revolutionizing this country. Ordinary people are ever going to suffer because of corruption. Why should Kenyans be divided? Corrupt people, rich people and poor people. Although that is natural. But a nation is going to sink because of social violence.
And we are almost 2 years into the election, because election is after every 5 years. We are almost 2 years since His Excellency President Ruto took power, and we do not have any election officers in the IEBC. And if you look at Kriegler report, one of the issues that he mentioned, that if you want to have election, we have to have good preparation. Yeah. So do you feel that the election of 2027 will be free and fair if we do not have, by now, we do not have any commissioners? There's nothing going on in IEBC.
You know, this our President Ruto already, already is maneuvering his ways to become, to get another
A perpetual
second term. Yeah.
Second term?
Yeah. Let me tell you, even there's a debate for prolonged presidency.
Actually, the Nandi senator, it's called Cherargei,
Let me tell you,
brought a bill, want to bring a bill in parliament whereby he says that president and all elective seats from president, senator, I think MCA should go for 7 years.
it is very unfortunate for Kenyans. You know, the parliaments are all parliamentarians are all manipulated. And let me tell you, IEBC may not be formed because Ruto has a hand in it. He wants to go back. And if Ruto goes back, this likely constitution may be manipulated.
Yeah.
And Kenya might be like Uganda.
Uganda.
We are going to have another Museveni in this region.
But Kenya, we have constitution that is working.
Let me tell you, Ruto will buy parliamentarians. These people who are going to talk on behalf of ordinary citizens are already being bought. Who are these Mudavadi? Who are these Wetangula? Those people are underdogs. Look at Machogu. Already their characters have been polluted.
You know, we have some of our leaders who are working or running the government, especially when it comes to politics, and those in opposition. But you find, like, sometimes we call them betrayers when they go and work with the government, or when they were in the party and left the party and start to go work with the government. Just to mention a few of them, you know, like Jalango in Nairobi is working with the government. We have also the Bondo,
Professor.
We have Professor Tom Ojienda, the
Yeah.
Kisumu senator. He's
Yeah.
also working with the government. What is
Several of them, yeah.
Several of them. What is your take on that?
I have mentioned that leadership, you might choose your own way, but what it is, I have mentioned that Raila will ever remain a kingmaker.
True.
But these people do not know the concept I've told you. I've told you that Raila will go down in the grave. That spiritual bird will move into the lake and then come and land on somebody. These people, because of their greed, because of their chaotic thinking, they think that Raila is no more. I'm telling you, Raila is a living character. Although it's not immortal, he will go.
He will go.
But the concept I've told you will remain seen. These people, I'm telling you, if Raila is alive, they will never touch parliament.
True.
Whatever Ruto do, whatever Ruto will do.
The people who were
Like Ojienda, I'm telling you, will never move to parliament.
Ojienda will be running for governor in 2027. Remember?
Let me tell you, get it from me.
Yeah.
I have a natural view. That person has killed his political career. And those people like the MP of Uriri, the MP of Game,
Nyameta,
the MP of Game, the MP of Langata, they have killed their political career. Because why do they adorate Raila?
Do you feel they've betrayed the Onagi nation?
They have betrayed. Yeah. What do you think? That is a betrayal already. Because if you are sponsored by a party, why again should you move to another party and then say you think about development? Development is meant for all.
They said they were going to bring development to the Onagi nation.
Have they brought it? You know, our executive president, Mr. Ruto, is a big liar. And I'm telling you today, our president does not like Luos because of our talent. He is naturally jealous about our talent. And these people do not know.
Just in case, God willing, if Baba goes and get the AU, people feel like Babu Owino should be the next spokesperson or should be the next Onagi flag torchbearer there, up there to communicate for us.
I told you about the conceptual ideas about leadership. But naturally, I love that boy. He has the charisma.
Yes.
He has the power. He's the only person who is, to me, who might succeed Raila because of his personality and bravery. Although he's young, I have told him that he should not be changed.
Manipulated by anything.
God is going to use him. Yeah, God is going to use him. Although I mentioned that Raila will never model anybody, but I have spiritual pregnancy. That is the only boy. If he's never killed, he's the only person who is going to succeed Raila because of his bravery, because of his economic power, because of his bravery and political knowledge.
Minimum that position that they should give the Onagi, irreducible, that this is what they should give us.
Yeah, what I'm seeing, if Raila moves to Ethiopia, the Onagi nation will be very unfortunate because it might be restricted in a political sense not to talk.
Yeah.
But our president, Ruto, will move to manipulate the Luos.
So even if he comes and manipulate the Luos, in the process of manipulating the Luos, the Onagi, what would we tell him? That if you're manipulating us, you need to give us a prime minister, you have to give us a vice president, deputy president, or this is what you have to give us.
The natural talk people say that if Raila goes to Ethiopia, people are thinking about Gladys Wanga to become the next vice president. You do not know. But there's a reason to believe that's not happening, because when I see Ruto, Ruto is not willing. It does not. It's never willing. It's never appreciative. It's jealous about our talent.
But like the same time you're saying he's jealous, Ruto has visited Wanga, Her Excellency Nyawangaya, 6 times ever since he became president.
Let me tell you, people do not know Ruto. He's a good pretender. He's a good pretender. And let me tell you today, is ever going to be happy when Luos goes down. He might be using Wanga to give a pictorial image.
Yeah.
But what I know about him, Ruto does not like Luos. He is a good pretender.
Mwalimu Jacob, maybe you are parting shot to the Onagi nation, especially when it comes to education, one, and again when it comes to politics.
Yes.
Those two, what should Onagi do?
To me, at my social level, at my age, I should tell our people, the Onagi nation, that they should forget marrying queues. These girls are killing us. We have, although marriage has no boundary, but we have lawyers. They should marry lawyers. Lawyers are dying because of Kikuyu. Our good brains are dying because of Kikuyu. After marrying Kikuyu, you find children are going, wealth are going, and then these people goes to the grave. Another thing about politics.
The politics, yes.
It is unfortunate Raila has not gotten presidency.
True.
Very unfortunate. People should know that he's been winning, but because of his purity, the white people are very discriminative. He started social protection. These people, they don't even want that social protection. He started giving certificates to Juakali people. In the whole world, there's no any university who has given invention. Those ordinary citizens, those ordinary Juakali, because of spirituality, they invent.
They invent.
Raila saw it. And the white people say no, black people no.
No.
Social protection is no more. They should give Raila a chance. They should pray for him. Although God might not have arranged his presidency, but he should be prayed upon so that if he dies, we shall be happy because of his ideas. He's so idealistic. Let me tell you, if God is so great, Raila should be on the ballot. Yeah. Although the American says he will never be there. But that is not our concern. We are going to have revolution.
Okay.
As it started, it has started in the Western countries, Senegal and other things. That thing will come to Kenya because human race are the same.
Are the same. Okay. Mwalimu Jacob Otieno Akatch, thank you so much for coming to the show, and we appreciate your presence. I know I'm still here. We will still have more conversation about Onagi, and as you know, there's something also that I'm trying to work on how should we mourn our heroes. This is Brother Benson, and thank you so much, our viewers. And if you're new in this channel, please join us by subscription, and I'm going to see you again when I'm going to have another conversation with another leader from Onagi Nation, the county of Kisumu, the Euro city that is headed by His Excellency Prof. Anyang' Nyong'o. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Nyasaye ogwedhu. Erokamano.
Thank you.